Bubbles! Bubbles are fun to blow, fun to catch, and fun to pop. I think it's cool how they can start long and wobbly and then round out. They're beautiful with swirls of color, and they're graceful as they float through the air. My kids love bubbles. The more the merrier, the bigger the better. But even in the best case, they just don't last very long. Sometimes they never fully form, and sometimes a kid pops it prematurely. Bubbles are just naturally fragile. They are no match to fingers, sticks, barbed wire porches, or even a strong wind. Have you ever watched a bubble? I mean, really watched it? What comes to your mind? When I see a bubble, it reminds me of the pursuit of happiness. I think there are 3 levels we pursue happiness at: immediate gratification, goals, and purpose. Immediate gratification answers the question, what do you want right now? We often seek happiness through material things like entertainment and hobbies, and we can seek those short-term gratifications through destructive things like drugs, sex, and rock and roll, or we can pursue positive immediate gratification in healthy ways by finding joy in the little things or doing something fun with friends or family. Goals are the middle level and look at longer-term pursuits of happiness. This is where maturity comes into play. There's nothing wrong with seeking healthy immediate gratification, but we can't stop there. Babies must have it now, but mature adults have learned to say no to some things now so they can say yes to better things later. These may be relationships where we say no to sex as a teen in order to build a healthy long-term relationship with our mate. It could be in the form of education, where you might say no to a serious relationship now so that you can focus on school. Or it could even be in the form of career, where instead of looking for the highest paying job now, you seek a path that will get you in the field you want later. Notice that these goals are like phases in life. Goals are very fluid and they can range widely in our pursuit of happiness. I've always been a planner and I like to think strategically and look to the future. But is that all life is about? I mean, life is fragile even if we do get all that we want. At some point, it all comes to an end. And what does that leave us with? Like a bubble after it pops? Not much. I was listening to a lecture on anthropology and the speaker asked, what is the purpose of life? I was interested in his take, and through his lens of anthropology, his answer was, we just want to be happy, and here's all the different ways that culture pursues what we would call happiness, starting with survival as the first building block. Well, I'm not happy with that answer. It's vanity. The classic example for vanity is bubbles. It's there, but there's no substance to it. King Solomon, who was one of the richest men throughout all of history, found this out firsthand. There was nothing beyond his reach, and reach he did. In Ecclesiastes 2, Solomon details his pursuit of happiness. He built great houses and pools, planted vineyards, gardens, and orchards. He collected treasures of kings, singers, musicians, servants, and livestock. But this was his conclusion in Ecclesiastes 2, verses 14 through 18. The wise man's eyes are in his head, but the fool walketh in darkness. And I myself perceived also that one event happeneth to them all. He's talking about death here. Then said I in my heart, as it happeneth to the fool, so it happeneth even to me. And why was I then more wise? Then I said in my heart that this also is vanity. For there is no remembrance of the wise more than of the fool forever. Seeing that which, now is in the days to come, shall all be forgotten. And how dieth the wise man? As the fool. Therefore I hated life, because the work that is wrought under the sun is grievous unto me. For all is vanity and vexation of spirit. Yea, I hated all my labor which I had taken under the sun, because I should leave it unto the man that shall be after. So what happened with Solomon? He had it all in his pursuit of happiness, but once he came to the conclusion that he was going to die, just like everyone else, and leave it all behind, he had a crisis on his hands. This gets us to the level of purpose. Purpose gets at the big things we want out of life. Unlike dreams, which are kind of like life goals, and looks at who you want to be when you grow up, what kind of family do you want to have, and what do you want to be known for, purpose gets at why we do what we do. But it's more than just a driver or motivation. Purpose is the reason for living. I believe that God made us for a purpose, His purpose. There is more to life than just happiness, and I believe that the secret to a fulfilled life is when we match our purpose with His. Do you know what God's purpose is for your life? Repent from the sin of selfish gratification. Give your heart to God and find the life that He wants for you. Thanks for watching.